Remember when you told me every day you take chances? You told me every time you stepped out that door, you don't know if you'll be back. Well, I think I finally understand. And I think maybe some of these sisters out here might understand right along with me that it really ain't a game.
The street life ain't nothing you play with.
It really ain't a game.
When your man is gone, I know you'll feel it. All that's left here are family and friends. If you had a chance to do it over,
Arrest teams prepared for simultaneous takedowns. They had to strike fast, full force, to arrest gang members safely. Detective Vinnie Flynn and other C-11 investigators developed more cooperating witnesses among the arrested crew members.
Once people were arrested and being prosecuted, they agreed to cooperate, and they felt that they were used by the preacher crew, and felt that in some cases, if they didn't participate, they would have been killed too.
I realized that everybody started going for self. You know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure we all started realizing that, you know, there's no more organization now, you know what I'm saying? The big chief done ran his mouth. What the fuck? Ain't no need to stand up, you know what I'm saying? Or there's no need to support one another, you know what I mean? Now everybody started going for self.
So this was their way out of the preacher crew and from under Clarence Heatley's control.
When we get in the bullpen, right, we get up in there and my father's in there, Cuff is in there, but Cuff is in another cell over, but he's there. My father is there, my other co-defendant, Echoes, Green Eyes, Apple, and my sister is in there, right? But my sister and the other female is down, it's like down the bullpen. They there, but they in another section, but we all in the same hall, we can all yell and talk to each other, right? So we going all up to see the judge, you know what I'm saying? This is preliminary hearing. We going to see the judge, right? So as we come out, I hug my sister, but when I hug her, she whisper in my ear, you know, Daddy telling on us. So I'm like, what? And the police tell me, yo, you can't be touching us. I was like, yo, this is my sister, like that. So my sister is not talking to him. She ain't saying shit to him, you know what I'm saying? So I'm fucked up, because now I believe it, you know what I'm saying? Because this is my sister, you know what I'm saying? She's in there, you know what I mean? And basically, she ain't really do nothing, you know what I'm saying? But they got her there, you know what I mean? So when I came back in the bullpen, I asked my pops, I said, yo, man, I said, why you telling on us? You know what I'm saying? Like, I said, well, never mind me, why you telling my sister? I said, because for me, I accept my fate with what I done, you know what I'm saying? But my sister basically was innocent, you know what I'm saying? So I said, why you telling her? He said, yo, I was trying to, then that's when Cuff said, hold on, Shock, your pops was trying to do something, you know what I'm saying? Something like, I basically save himself, you know what I'm saying? And it didn't work. You know what I mean? The federal government didn't want to hear that with him.
What was the biggest betrayal that you felt that day in the bullpen?
The biggest betrayal was my father realizing that he actually really told on us, you know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck about nobody else. My thing was me and my sister, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't understand that, and to this day I still can't, you know what I mean? And fucks me up behind that, you know what I'm saying? Imagine it was your father, you know what I'm saying? Not your brother, homeboy, none of that shit, but your pops, you know what I mean? Somebody that you love dearly, man, you know what I'm saying? And he ended up telling on you, you know what I mean? And it's crazy because all of us that was in the bullpen, me, Cub, Pop, Green Eyes, you know what I'm saying? My sister, Janine, you know what I mean? We was so brainwashed into following him to hell, you know what I'm saying, that he didn't even have to do that, you know what I'm saying? He could have probably got to the point where he could have just made one of us take everything. We'd all did that, you know what I'm saying? He had us to the point where we'd have died for him, you know what I mean? Where we didn't kill for him, you know what I'm saying? We definitely would have died for him, you know what I'm saying? And we would have did that, but he didn't do that. He told, you know what I'm saying? But he told on not just the other dudes, but he told on his kids, you know what I mean? And to this day, I really don't understand this, you know what I'm saying? And I really can't swallow this, you know what I mean? And it hurts me, but I don't hate him. I still don't hate him, man. You know what I'm saying? I still love my pops, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, I still love him, man, to the death, man. I still love him, man.
total, how many people did you kill and how many people did you cop out to as far as murders?
I copped out to 14 murders, and I have 8 that I killed. That's what I copped out to. Right? But I was charged with 22.
What is the mindset of a killer in the midst of what you was doing? What was your mindset? Like, I know you said you was bloodthirsty. Like, give me that for you, your father, Malik. Like, tell me your mindset and how far out it was.
Okay, as far as me and the state of mind that I was living in with that, it was like, your life meant nothing to me. To be honest with you, you do fuck around and zone out and forget who you really are. I think after the first time is easier each and every time after that. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, the first time was nothing. You know what I'm saying? And the second time was nothing. You know what I mean? I could say maybe 90% of us had that same mindset. We all had the same thinking process of, fuck the next individual. If he ain't with us, he against us. You know what I'm saying? And also, my father used to always say that to us. You know what I'm saying? You forget that, I forgot that Shock wasn't born this way. You know what I'm saying? I was created this way. You know what I mean? With the help of my father and also the people I was running with that was down with us. You see what I'm saying? I wasn't created to be a killer. You know what I mean? That's why, in the sense that a lot of people that's gonna watch this DVD will be shocked. You know what I'm saying? And those that were shocked as my case was going on was fucked up because I'm a different person.
What is it like when the feds is trying to break you or get in your head and they sit in front of you and they show you your work? They show you the murders that Malik did, that you did with Malik, that you did on your own. What is that moment like, and how compelling and touching is that it made you just look to yourself? Like, explain that for detail of that moment and when they do that.
Man, okay, it was one that they showed me, whereas the guy, you know what I'm saying? It was like, I think it was like 3 pictures, you know what I mean? And the guy's, it was like the back of his head first, you know what I'm saying? It don't really show. The funny thing is, it's like, all the work I done, I never actually watched it after it was done. I never actually got to really see a photographic of that. I guess that's probably why it never really bothered me. You know, I put in the work, you know what I'm saying? He ain't there, he ain't moving or whatever, I'm out, you know what I mean? So when I see the picture of this guy, right, from the back, all you see is a little hole, you know what I'm saying? You see a little blood and everything or whatever. It's just like when a motherfucker stabbed me, it just opened a little bit. It ain't nothing major, you know? Then they show you side view, you see blood or whatever, you know what I'm saying, laid out or whatever, and then they show the front of it, how the bullet rips up all that shit from the front, you know what I'm saying, and how his face swell up and this and that and all that. That shit right there was fucked up to me, you know what I'm saying? I was like, oh shit, mentally this is what I thought. I didn't say it to them, you know what I'm saying? And I couldn't believe the damage that I did to this individual, you know, and to see that part there, and then they showed the actual face, the whole front of his face, whatever. I guess he was laying on the gurney or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And they showed there was nothing there, man. It was like his eyes were spread on both sides or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh man, I really did this. And I wasn't amazed at it. I was more sorry for it and more sorry for the dude, you know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't nothing serious like that, you know, for that to happen to this guy. You know what I'm saying? And I felt terrible about that. I never told them that. You know what I'm saying? I never told them how, at that moment, this is what I felt. You know what I'm saying? Yo, ass, you a bad motherfucker. You pulling shit out. You know what I'm saying? With your question, man. You bad boy.
These people were a decade-long or better crime wave in themselves. They were just amazing, the devastation that they caused in these communities.
Do you think that the feds play a mental game to help to kind of get you, to break you, Like, did the feds play a mental game to get you to tell? Or do you think, what brought you to this point of telling? Like, was it, and for them to pull information out of you, or is it something that's already in you that you want to let out? And it was just the right time, the right place, the right question being asked, under the right scenario of your father introduction to you telling?
Well, what happened is that a lot of those things played the factor that you asked me. A lot of them things, you know what I'm saying? From my father, from the federal government, and from me wanting to let it out, you know what I'm saying? Because when it's all was said and done, it was a relief to me, you know what I'm saying? Because I never told anybody about killings, you know what I'm saying, that I've done. The only person ever knew any of the killings that I did was 2 people, maybe 3, which was my father, you know what I'm saying? Malik, who got killed, that was down with us, you know what I'm saying? And those was the only ones, you know what I mean? But I never actually expressed what I felt about it, you know what I'm saying? Or actually had to sit there and go through details of what I'd done from each step, you know what I'm saying, of a murder, and then actually look at it and see it, you know what I'm saying? The funny thing is, this shit is nothing like the movies these motherfuckers be watching. This shit is real, man, you know what I'm saying? And when you actually see how a person react from you stretching them, you know what I'm saying? A lot of motherfuckers can't handle that, But my thing is that brought me to the point of telling was one, is that I wanted to save me. I didn't want to stay here forever. You know what I'm saying? At first I thought I did. When I was walking around cloudy, talking about I ain't telling, going back and forth to court with my father and the rest of them dudes that didn't tell. You know what I'm saying? Not besides my father, but a lot of other dudes in my codies that didn't tell. You know what I'm saying? I'm going back and forth to court with them. You know what I mean? And running around and like, nah, fuck that, I ain't telling. You know what I'm saying? And my father kept saying, man, each and every time I went to court, from the very first day, he always used to ask me, man. No, not even ask me. He used to tell me, man, you need to tell, man. He didn't say tell those his words, you need to cooperate with these people, man. You know what I'm saying? You could probably get out, man. You know what I mean? You probably won't have life, you know what I'm saying? Don't do this to yourself, man. I wouldn't listen. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't listen, as time went on. You know what I'm saying? I was still ignoring that on that G shit. And it brought me to the point where once I sat down and talked to the people, right? They already knew certain shit due to other individuals, you know what I'm saying? They never gave me names and none of that, but they knew shit already, you know what I'm saying? So as they start talking to me, they don't be aggressive with it, you know what I'm saying? They don't do none of that. They let you talk to them, you know what I'm saying? You actually sit there and talk with them, you know what I mean? And I think some of them got that psychologist degree, you know what I'm saying? And they'll sit there and kick it to you like they're psych, some of them, you know what I'm saying? And they're talking, don't be aggressive or disrespectful like that, And as time went on, they're expressing to you about, do you think it's right? You know what I'm saying? That you kill somebody, what you feel, this and that, or some of these similar questions that you asking me, and I still was like, yeah, whatever, you know what I'm saying, this and that. Then I'll go back and think about shit, you know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, that shit wasn't right, you know what I mean? Because this is not the character that I am. I'm capable of those things, you know what I'm saying? Yes, I am, you know what I mean? But is that me? Do I live to be this person? Nah, you know what I'm saying? I'm an easy laid back dude, you know what I mean? I'm not that one that actually want to be like that.
Malik and several others had been killed in the basement of the preacher's house. Crime scene technicians processed the basement.
Okay.
Arrested crew members said preacher had them scrub the place with boric acid after each killing. Most of the basement was clean.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there you go.
But technicians were able to recover traces of blood on the windows and on the saw blade that had been used to dismember Malik.
Here it is. I know you said you understood what you did. You understood the murders you committed. You understood everything that was to come your way when that day came. But why become a government informant? Why cop out if you understood what you did and not take the same faith you might have subject somebody to? Why not?
Because, like I said a few minutes ago, I was still stuck on stupid. Living off the street, or want the street rep, you know what I'm saying, worrying about what everybody else think. Yes, I have regrets for what I've done, you know what I'm saying? But if I had the opportunity to never do that or never had done that, and understood that, I would have never did it. You know what I'm saying? And if I had the opportunity, you know, to create a change for that, I would. You know what I'm saying? But I can't. You know, so now my whole thing is this. It's up, like that saying goes, it's up to God to judge me. You know what I'm saying? Not people or man. You know what I mean? So at the same token, yes, I end up becoming a government witness, but I help them. You know what I'm saying? I help them to get rid of people like me, such as myself and other individuals that was running with me. So I did do something, I think, positive, as long as I'm breathing right now. As far as the right thing, I can't help bring back these people's family members or whatever. But by me flipping and admitting my own guilt to this, and also admitting about other people is guilty to this, it helped prevent maybe that person, such as myself and anybody else, to stop them from killing somebody else. So that was one of the reasons why I decided to go ahead and do this. At first, I didn't understand none of that because I wanted to be that gangster shit. You know what I'm saying? The silliest thing ever, man. That's what happened to us. We get cloudy. You know, I learned now that the shit that I played out there, just a fucking character, man. That's the funny shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Niggas say I'm gangster or they gangster. You know, just a character, man. You know what I'm saying? In a game that don't have no rules. Motherfucker say, it ain't no rules in this shit, man. No matter what a motherfucker tell you, it is no rules, man. It's what you make it. You as an individual, not what the person you running with, or no, it's what you make it. It was what shot made it, you know what I'm saying? So for me, I was being that character out there. And at the same token, right, if I didn't do this and had that life bid that I was gonna get, I'd have been a fucking asshole, because 20 or 15 years would have went by. I would have said, damn, I could have got out probably if I would have told. Not knowing that I would have got what I was going to get, you know what I'm saying? But I truly would have believed maybe after 20 years or so, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I said I know a lot of the niggas that sit there with that real talk shit feel that way. They want to go home, man. But they fucked now, you know what I'm saying? I got a chance, you know, thank God, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not bragging and boasting about that. I'm just saying how fucked up I would have been if I'd have took that route like them. And at the same token, how fucked up it would have been for me letting an animal such as myself live out there running around killing motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? And then you take somebody else's life when, you know, I could have helped prevented that.
If you had to weigh the decision, do you have a regret of what you did, or you know you made the right decision and why?
Well, at first I did have a regret because I was still stupid. You know what I'm saying? Stuck on that street shit. Stuck on that, you know, what people gonna think. And the funny thing is, you and anybody else don't give a fuck about me. So why should I care about what you think or anybody else thinking or what I've done? You know what I'm saying? So at first, yes, I felt regret because I'm still living on, oh, I'm gangster or whatever, or the streets gonna talk this and that and all that. Fuck them streets, you know what I'm saying? And I had to wake up and understand it. I didn't at first, you know what I mean? And I was walking around with regret. Nah, I'm good now, you know what I'm saying? I'm good, yeah. I'm glad that I did make that decision, but yeah, it still don't sit right with me, you know what I mean? But now I have a better understanding, and I can accept it more now, you know what I mean? Because I'm not stupid no more. I'm not a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I realize what it is. You know what I mean? These people, nobody cares about you, man. You know what I'm saying? And here it is. I sat in here, you know what I mean? I sat in here right now. I've been down, what, maybe 3 years, 4 years right now? And motherfuckers already vanished. You know what I'm saying? Even before I flipped, niggas started vanishing. You know what I'm saying? From bitches and niggas. You know what I mean? The same motherfuckers who was always had their hand out, laughing in your face and all that. Yeah, you my nigga, shot. You know what I'm saying? Or a bitch, I love you to death and all this other shit. They roll out. The streets don't give a fuck about us. You know what I'm saying? The streets what? We ain't nothing but memories. Me, all them other niggas who talk that real shit, you ain't nothing but a memory. And I don't give a fuck what type of memory you are, you just a memory. You know what I'm saying? And as time go on, your girl leave. You know what I'm saying? Your mother leave. Your sister, brothers leave. You know what I mean? Less letters, less visits, less phone calls. So them niggas that sitting there with 40, 50 years life and all that had the opportunity to tell, was an asshole. They was an asshole, you know what I'm saying? And they sit up there, they talk that shit about us being, you know, rats or whatever, you know what I'm saying, this and that and all that. But the funny shit, we still who we are. And 9 or 10 times, 99% of us that's in here that told and all that would smash any one of them niggas. That's what's funny.
Why didn't nobody step to your father or call him out in that bullpen when everybody knew he was telling?
Well, first and foremost, no matter because he was telling all that, he's still preaching. You know what I'm saying? That same preacher from the streets, you know what I mean? And even myself, as well as his son, I wouldn't step to him like that. You know what I'm saying? I felt fucked up and all that, but I would never raise my hand to my pops. Not because I know he'd fuck me up, ain't no question about that, you know what I'm saying? But because I respect him that way, you know. But as far as everybody else, my opinion, they ain't built like that. See, that's what's funny. A lot of people need other people to help boost them up. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he done for a lot of them. Cuff as well, you know what I'm saying? Cuff talk all that shit in the magazine, all that over bullshit, but Cuff knew when we was in the bullpen. Cuff already knew he was telling before I knew that, you know what I'm saying? Cuff the one who told me that he was trying to do something. But then he talk all that other shit, you know, the bullpen and all this and that. And the funny thing is, he ain't the only one talking. A lot of other motherfuckers talk about this person snitching. Pole, Fat Cat, you know what I'm saying, Ray Fins. A lot of other dudes, they talk about snitching, but nobody say nothing about my father. Nobody don't mention Preacher name about telling, you know what I'm saying? I'm probably the first motherfucker that said something, you know what I mean, about the situation with my father. None of my co-defendants said none of that except Jack, you know what I'm saying, in the magazine and all that. But when we was in the bullpen, he said otherwise.
You could walk up to anybody in the 32nd precinct, no matter how church-going they are, no matter whether they're businessmen or local drug dealers, they all have a Preacher story. They all know who Preacher is. This guy was an infamous legend in Harlem.
When is the last time you spoke to your pops or tried to communicate with your pops after all of this?
The last time I spoke with my pops, exactly, was, this is 99. It was in 97, right? It was the last time I spoke to him, you know what I'm saying? That was the time that I ended up flipping. That was the time that he shed a tear. He didn't actually boo-hoo crying, but tears rolled down his eyes, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, don't fuck your life up, I already fucked it up, you know what I'm saying? Do what you gotta do, man, so that way you can see some daylight, you know? You be able to get out of here, hopefully, you know? Do what you gotta do, you know what I mean? So that was the last time I actually seen him, you know what I'm saying? Or in the last time I actually spoke with him. I never in my life, in a million years, thought that I would grow up like this. You know what I'm saying? I never choose to ever grow up to be a killer. That was never my intentions, or sell drugs. That was never my intentions as no kid, you know what I'm saying? And I never thought that this would ever be like this. This would be my end of my life here, you know what I'm saying?
What would you do different?
In order to ask that question, I would have to take time to go back to maybe when I was a kid, you know what I'm saying? And to answer your question to what I would do different is I would have lived for me. I didn't live for me. I lived for my father. You know what I'm saying? I'm beginning to live for me now. You know, I never lived for me. I lived for him. You know what I'm saying? Because if I lived for me and the way that I know who I am now, I wouldn't have committed no murders. You see what I'm saying? I wouldn't have did none of that. I would have probably never been in a drug gang. You know what I'm saying? I probably would have never robbed nobody. You know what I'm saying? If I'd have lived for me. You know what I mean? But I didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? I lived for him. And it's sometimes the funny thing is in life, you end up loving somebody more than you love yourself. I loved my father more than I loved my own self. And I think that all my co-defendants was the same way. You know what I'm saying? Because if we wasn't, how the fuck we followed this man to killing people? And to this day, we probably went to hell with him. You know what I'm saying? Or to the lecture chair with him if he would have said, let's go. We all going to bat. Nobody say nothing. I truly believe that each and every one of us would have sat there and fought this shit out with them, knowing that we all gonna get life, or we all gonna get the lecture chair. Each and every one of us would have sat there and fought this shit out with him. You know what I'm saying? The way he would have went, that's the way we would have went. 99% of us would have did that. You know? So my difference would have been, I needed a different father. That's what I needed. I needed a different life. That's what I needed. You know what I'm saying? I needed, even if it ain't a different father, I needed somebody to raise me better.